My name is Austin Stevens.
Yes, it's a rattlesnake. Oh!
I'm after one of the world's deadliest snakes. It can take a lot to get the perfect photograph of a wild animal.
These guys can fight.
Sometimes far, far more than you bargained for.
It sounds like King Kong in the jungle. This is a lance-head viper. It's one of the largest vipers found in all of the Americas. And it's the snake which causes more snake bite casualties amongst humans than any other snake on the continent.
It's the very first snake I've seen here in Mexico. But it's a particularly dangerous one. A single bite from a lancehead contains many times the amount of venom needed to kill a human being. So I want to move it away from where it might find one. A formidable snake, but it's not why I'm here. I've come to Mexico on a personal mission. For the past 25 years, I've traveled the world catching and photographing some of the most dangerous snakes on the planet. But there's one venomous snake of note that I've never encountered in the wild. Now, it's time for me to face that last great serpent, a snake that has been revered here in Mexico for centuries, the Tzapcan rattlesnake. The Tzapcan is bigger than most other rattlesnakes, often measuring over 1.5 meters in length. And it can spring forward more than 3/4 of that body length and strike with absolute precision. Snakes can be notoriously difficult to find in this part of the world, and the Tzapcan rattlesnake is rumored to be more elusive than most.
Ah, senor. Can you have a look at my bike, please?
Ya está, señor.
The rattlesnake I'm looking for is found only in this part of Mexico. While he's taking a look at my bike, let me show you something. Just look at this. This is the east coast of Mexico, along the Yucatan Peninsula. And from here, stretching for thousands of kilometers across to the west coast, is nothing but tropical jungle. And although Mexico has the largest number of rattlesnake species, there's only one that actually lives in this jungle. And that's the snake that I'm looking for.
So to find this great Mexican serpent, I'm heading south, away from Cancun. Once I get about halfway down the peninsula, I'll take off inland, away from the tourist strip, and into the jungle. That's why I don't want anything going wrong with my bike.
Ya está su...
Yeah, finished? Ah,
Ya está.
fantastic.
Está listo, ya quedó.
Yeah?
Ahora sí.
Good. ¿Cuánto es?
80 pesos, señor.
Gracias. You got a 20 for me?
Aquí tiene usted.
Gracias. Thank you.
Servidos.
Thank you, senor.
Sí.
Well, the rattlesnake is so important in this country that it's even represented on their money.
The Tzapcan is unpredictable, and that makes it especially dangerous. It can be placid and shy, or suddenly aggressive, pursuing its target and striking repeatedly. Mexico has more than 100 species of snake, but the Serpent is considered by some to be the most deadly and powerful snake of all. So powerful, in fact, that it was worshipped here as a god. This part of Mexico was once home to the Maya. 4,000 years ago, their civilization dominated much of the region, until mysteriously their society died out. These ruins were the great Mayan city of Chichen Itza. Snakes were revered here, so much so that their images appear everywhere. But it's the king of snakes, the rattlesnake, that was the most significant snake of all. And it was the Serpent that inspired these carvings.
Just look at that rattle, it's enormous. And you can see how each segment has been carved separately. And the body comes down and right into this enormous head with this wide open mouth. It's so obviously a rattlesnake. And I've been to places all over the world. I've seen carvings of snakes, I've seen paintings of snakes, but never anything as dramatic as this. I mean, it sticks right up into the sky, that giant rattle for everyone to see. And over here, you can see fangs. Clearly, these people knew this was a highly venomous snake. Fangs depicted here, teeth over here, and the forked tongue, which is common for all snakes. The mystery is, why did these people revere this deadly serpent? Nobody knows for certain, but it may have some association with new life and old, the circle of life. A snake shedding its skin, and each time a rattlesnake sheds its skin, it leaves behind a new rattle. This may have something to do with it. Whatever it was, it's had a profound effect on their architecture. These snakes are depicted everywhere.
But these deadly rattlers are much, much harder to find in the flesh. They've retreated deep into the jungle. So tomorrow, that's where I'm heading. The ruins of Mexico draw millions of visitors. But I'm here to track down one of the world's most venomous snakes. My instincts tell me that my best chance of finding this secretive snake is to head away from the cities and the tourist sites. And this is the best way to travel. With a rush of wind, I can almost escape the intense heat and humidity, but not for long. After a few hours, I turn off the highway. The road gradually gets narrower and narrower. Until finally, it runs out altogether.
The bike's been great up to now, but it'll never get me through these jungle paths. I'm gonna have to be on foot from now onwards.
As always, I'm traveling light. It may seem crazy not to carry full camping equipment, but it's far too heavy and bulky to maneuver in the rainforest. Of course, this isn't really the end of the road. It's just as far as I can take my bike. Somewhere along this path is a village where descendants of the Maya are reputed to know a thing or two about rattlesnakes. Many indigenous people still live in traditional villages like this. But I've heard that in this village, knowledge of the Serpent has been handed down from generation to generation.
Guadalupe? Guadalupe? Hey, Guadalupe? Hey, how are you? Hola, hola.
This is Guadalupe, the village chief. Tradition dictates that I meet with him first.
Gracias, gracias. Thank you.
Okay. I'm looking for rattlesnakes, the Mayan rattlesnake, Tzapkan. Do you know Tzapkan? Yeah? Yeah? Do you know, do you get Tzapkan here? Yeah? You've seen it?
I was expecting Guadalupe to speak Spanish, but instead he's talking to me in Yucatec, a Mayan dialect. But he seems to understand my questions, so I cut straight to the chase.
You have somebody who does medicine? Okay.
That's the next link in the chain, the medicine man. And now that I've paid my respects, it's time to seek him out.
Hola, señor.
Hola, buenos días.
Buenos días. This is really pretty interesting stuff here. This medicine man has got a collection of roots and plants here, and he's apparently making a concoction that will help with snake bite treatment. Just got to find out a bit more. Senor, when you make this, do I eat it?
No, se come.
No, don't eat it?
Se come, no. Lo que se come es viperol.
It's called viperol?
Sí, se come.
Can you believe that? It sounds like viper, like viperol. It might be the right thing. I eat this, and then this.
Para hundir donde está la picadura.
It seems that if you get bitten, first thing you do is you eat some of this viperol. Maybe that's going to stop the venom from spreading, I'm not sure. Then after that, you take this concoction and you stick it on the bite. It's hard to imagine where these ideas came from originally and how they designed this, but apparently they got confidence in this and they believe that if you get bitten by a highly venomous snake, this is the answer.
Es para ti.
Gracias, señor. Thank you. That's fantastic. Well, it's very nice for the medicine man to present me with his version of snake bite serum. However, it's never been proved scientifically that anything works except the modern-day serum that we manufacture specifically for certain snakes. Here I carry with me, for example, a polyvalent serum, and I've got 10 ampules of this stuff with me. Even this does not necessarily guarantee my saving. It would certainly buy me time. If I was injected with this, it would give me more hours to get to hospital. I might still need more after that. Lots of things to consider when it comes to snake bite poisoning.
The medicine man thinks I might just be needing the snake bite cure because the villagers have plans to get me a rattler.
Hola. Hey,
I would expect to be searching remote areas to find a
thing.
Tzapkan. But the locals say they have a way to make the snake come to me. My instructions are to wait here in the center while the hunters fan out. At least I hope that's what they're doing.
What these guys are doing now is incorporating the old Mayan tradition of hunting. So they form a circle, actually go wide around, and whatever's within that circle, they start beating on the outskirts and bringing it closer and closer. This normally works well with wild animals, but I'm not sure it's going to work with reptiles, but there is a chance. I mean, snakes pick up vibration, and that's one of the big things. So if they're beating the ground, coming closer and closer, they might, in fact, just flush out a snake or two. And if I'm lucky, I might be able to get a shot or actually catch one.
But before the snake hunters can get into place, the weather suddenly changes. There's a reason why they call this the rainforest. Showers come and go without warning. But it's on a shout from the leader that the hunt gets going anyway. Snakes pick up vibrations through the ground, so they'll definitely be sensing this. Luckily, though rattlesnakes can strike at lightning speed, they don't move too fast along the ground.
Oh, I can see something. If I was moving through the jungle, they would just be gone like a shot. I'm keeping this dead still, hoping they come close to me. It's a peccary mother with 2 young ones. She's coming right past me.
They may look cute, but peccaries can actually be very aggressive. So fierce, in fact, that they've never been domesticated.
Look at that. That's incredible. She came right past me. I'm keeping dead still, but look at that.
Astonishing. It's like a victory lap.
Peccaries are reputed to actually attack snakes. They are supposed to actually jump on a snake and hoof it to death. Whether that's actually true or not, who's seen it, I don't know.
Despite the best efforts of the hunters to flush out at sap camp, the next hour brings only more rain. But it doesn't dampen my enthusiasm.
Well, that was fantastic to see those peccaries, and I think I got a few shots as well. I didn't expect that, but not a sign of a snake. I mean, this jungle is so thick. How am I going to find a snake in this jungle? And I'm very close to the village too, so I think my chances are pretty bad. I'm going to have to try something else.
I've heard a story that sap cans can be found underground, deep underground. So that's where I'm heading, first thing tomorrow morning. Local legends say that the Tsapcan rattlesnake guards the entrance to the underworld. And unbelievably, this old guy is said to know where that entrance is. Trouble is, he's speaking Yucatec, so I haven't a clue where he's leading me.
Wow, look at this.
This is a cenote, a Yucatan sinkhole, an entrance to a vast underground waterway.
This is my first cenote, which he's showing me now. Yeah, and obviously this is just the entrance, and it goes way out underneath. I can't see, it's dark, it just disappears over there. It looks fantastic. I can go inside here? Yeah?
I'll take that as a yes. But first, I need to find out what I'm getting into. Almost all the rivers in this region lie underground. You can only get to them through these cenotes. The question is this really the sort of place to go looking for a venomous snake?
Oh, this is fantastic. And there's water down here, I just can't see it. Let's get out of this. This is an incredible place. Hang on.
Okay. I don't like this. Claustrophobic. I don't want to be without light. If I can help it. Oh man, there's movement down here. There's movement down here. Oh, can you hear movement?
I think it's just bats. But there might be another cave down here if I follow the river. Most snakes are good swimmers, so if I can find another chamber, I may just find my tap can. The water is astonishingly clear, almost like it isn't there at all. When I come up, I'm in a completely new cave, and I'm not alone.
Oh, there's a snake! There's a boa constrictor. Quite a big one.